Start recording. We're recording. Alright. Boys, we're getting hammered. Does anybody have any extra job applications? Like, what the hell's happening? No, I mean, everything's fine, though, for real. Let's talk about it in a very simple... Let's look at this in a very simple way. Alright? Let's simplify everything. We don't gotta have it all complicated. So, I had a wick fill here that I had drawn, and you know, this is why I'm starting to get a little like maybe we're targeting the next wick, and it's because we blew through it like it was nothing. I expected to fill some of this and then bounce off the mid-range. And I believe we had an MA to help save us there. Yeah, we had a 50 MA on the daily to help save us there. We blew right through it. Now, we don't know what happens with the price moving forward until we see a daily close, which is going to be in, I would say, I think like, what, it's at 7, so we've got like 5 hours from now before we have a daily close. Nobody knows what necessarily is going to happen yet, but good morning, Vine. Good morning. Tell me Solana hits 1,000 within 2 hours. No. Are we going to 0? No. Burger King or Wendy's? I'd rather work at Wendy's, and be honest with you. I fuck with the Wendy's sandwiches much more, so if I'm going to be working at a fucking fast food place, I'm working at Wendy's, alright? I will take Chick-fil-A over Wendy's, but that is only if they are offering. Alright, so, like I said, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. So, as you can see here, we're going to get everything off the screen. I'm going to leave some things. But, we have range highs, right? And we'll also get rid of this fib. Alright, we have range highs, mid-range, and range lows. Very simple, right? As you can see, every time we come up into a level, there's some kind of rejection. We came up into the range, mid-range rejection, down to the bottom of the range. Look at the severe bounce that we had off of the bottom of the range, right? So what this is saying, what the market is telling us, so if you don't have any of that, you just have this. We come up, rejection, severe bounce off of this area, which is essentially before we had the range low, we had this support area that we bounced off of, right? All right. So we bounced off of that pretty hard. That's great. We like that. We like to see that. It shows us what's going to happen later. So we come up into here, and what happens in one single day? In one single day, this is how manipulated the market is right now, boys. In one single day, we had a 13% swing on Bitcoin. So we came into contact with the mid-range here, blasted through it, blasted all the way back down to the bottom of the range, and in both areas, we bounced away from it. We got back to the mean average, which is mid-range. All right, so that's good. I guess, you know, it's just respecting. Listen, bro, if you want to know what's going to happen to Sol, you got to understand what's happening with Bitcoin. Do you think that Solana is just going to go to $1,000 and Bitcoin's going to go to 0 at the same time? It does not work that way. So that's why I'm showing you Bitcoin. All right, we'll get to Solana after this, I promise. So after we came into contact mid-range, came to the contact with the top of the range, and obviously it didn't like that. It does not like coming into contact with the top of the range. Does not like it. It just rejects that shit. Came back to the bottom of the range, boom, bounced. But now we have a new combatant in the arena here. It's this downtrend, right? Rejected off of that. And also, these arrows are important because what these arrows are showing us is we had a higher high, new all-time high, higher low here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, new all-time high, lower low, or a higher low, what happens here? So we come into contact with the top of the range again. After failing this, the downtrend.
Large trade sell.
Alright, I gotta get rid of this. This is fucking me up right now. So, yeah, reject here. Bounced off of the bottom of the range again. Look how we bounce off of the top and the bottoms of the range. Do you see this? Do you understand what I'm showing you right now? There's a reason why we're in a range, and it's respected. It's respected. So, what does this tell us? It tells us to short here, and it tells us to long here. That is just keeping it simple. That is keeping it as simple as possible. Right? So, you essentially, what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for a breakthrough here, possible, maybe long in this area. I was gonna long here, but the fact that we just blasted through it, I took no trade. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Let's see if it respects this this downtrend line. Probably won't, because it's now a lower low than this. It could come into contact with the range low again, guys. Like, I'm just trying to be honest with you here. Let's look at Sol. I mean, right now, these are the two options for Bitcoin right now, and I'm just going to be as short term as possible. This sucks back up over the 50 EMA, which is this yellow line. So we close the day and we suck back up to here, which means we have to get back to 99K before the end of the day. All right, we got to get back to like 99.5 before the end of the day, 99.2 before the end of the day. Or we close below the 50 EMA, and that now, this 50 EMA acts as resistance, and we might come and retest it and then come back down and take all of these liquidations down here and then bounce. Now, the bull case against that, because keeping it simple, we have like, this is as simple as it gets. If you reject top of the range, you go to the middle range. If you fail the middle range, you go to the bottom of the range. End of story. What are we doing right now? What does this look like it's doing right now? It is failing mid-range. That is what's happening. We need to wait for a daily close to get confirmation. But this is failing mid-range. It is not holding. That is not the sign of something holding. This is not the sign of something that is holding. This is the sign of something that is failing. Right? So you wait for the daily close at 5 hours from now. And if it sucks back up over this, good. If not, we come back down here and take this wick. And if you are not familiar with wick theory, I'm going to be very, very simply put, like, it's a 95% hit rate. This wick got filled. This wick got filled. This wick got filled. This wick got filled. All of these long-ass wicks, bro, they get filled every time. Every time. At least 50%. At least 50%. So why wouldn't this one get filled? There's a chance that this could bounce here, right? But it is a gamble. If you are sitting here like, oh, I'm going to long this. I'm going to long this because Murky's got his downtrend. It's tapping that. It's tapping the Bollinger Band. And it could suck back up before the end of the day. Longing this is a gamble. Shorting this is a gamble. What we need to enter a long is we need to see this on the 4 hour. Let's move to the 4 hour. And that's another thing. We have, this is the 200 MA. Failed it. Absolutely failed it. That's not good. That's not good. We don't like to see that. On the 4 hour, what we need is simply put, like, to enter for me, I need to see this suck back up over in the next 5 hours and kind of bounce around. That would tell me we're holding mid-range. Or eventually, like Monday. Dude, tomorrow's Monday. Oh my God. Mondays are historically terrible. Oh my God. Mondays are like ruthless. No, don't worry. Listen, guys, if you're like worried about this, it's not. Let me put it like this: we don't talk about this area. All right, we don't even talk about this area. This is not even an area up for discussion right now. All right. So before you get your panties in a wad, all we're worried about is the range. If we fail the range, then we start talking about other possibilities, right? But we are in a bull market. Panties? What are you talking about? Yeah, don't get your panties in a wad. So what we look for entry, yeah, come on up, bro. I'll bring you up. Um,
Yo, hello?
yeah, what's up?
Okay, so like I was looking at the long-term charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2017 you have your peak, right? 2021 you have your peak, like every 4 year cycle, right?
Yep.
And then 2025 is right now. So if it were to go below the range low, would you think it sends like all the way down?
Okay, this is what this is something that needs to be talked about. If we go below here, okay, this right here, if we go below here, it just means that we come into contact with this level. But
Okay.
let's zoom out a little bit more. And we really don't. I hate talking about this because this is such an unlikely thing. But
Hmm.
very simple. You just draw a line, right? And the way
Yeah.
that the bull run works on on Bitcoin is you just draw a line for the bull run. When we fail the line, the bull run's over. Does that make
Okay, I
sense?
see. Yeah, I see. So if it dips below your line, then it's cooked.
Yeah,
Is what you're telling me.
yeah.
Okay.
So realistically speaking, um, yes, we have room, but what I'm expecting is we're just in a range, so there's no reason to think about anything else. Like, there's no reason to think about this because we're in this range, and it's this range has been defended so strongly. Like, it's such a strong defense. I mean, look at it on the daily. Every time we get to the bottom of the range, we bounce fucking hard. Every time we get to the top of the range, we reject fucking hard. We're coiling up, boys. Do not let anyone shake you out of this market. All we are doing is coiling up. Let me give you an example of when Bitcoin did this last time. It was here. Everyone, and look, this one's just moving sideways. This is what we call a megaphone. It's a megaphone downward channel, basically.
Mm.
Um, and the way that this works, I'm going to pull it up on the weekly just so we can look at it a little bit more. And yes, I am going to go to Sol eventually, but we just need to look at these things to help get a grasp. So I'm going to take this off. All right. Who uses fibs? Do you guys use fibs here? If you are not, then you need to start using fibs, and I'm going to show you why. This is why I use fibs. Let's analyze the price action on these lines, right? So you have we enter the bull market here. We had some chop and then expansion. Notice the chop was on a fib level. And then we have more chop. Notice the chop was on a fib level. Expansion up into the golden pocket. That's why I have this down on my chart for fibs. If you don't know how to use fibs or you don't have a good setting for them, you can just use my settings. Here they are. I'll post them in chat. I will explain that question on fibs in just a second. Give me a moment. And also, if you are using fibs, please make sure that you click your cog on trading view and enable logarithmic, because the fibs on log mode on Bitcoin are a lot more accurate than just regular fibs. And all the institutions and banks and all the big guys use logarithmic, so use log mode. All right, let's talk about how to use this fib, and I actually have a video on that. I will plug that video right now. just so that can answer your question while I'm also doing my thing. I have a video on fibs, so take your time, watch that. It's good learning. And if you guys ever have any other questions or any other things in trading that you feel like you need me to explain, I'll make a video on it. Easy work. Yo, what's up, fam? Alright, so let's talk about this fib. I will briefly explain it, and we'll all get an understanding. So, Fibonacci retracement is what it's called. Thank you for the sub. The way, so say, wow, Kuji's up 41% while the whole market's dumping. Oh, okay. It's just recovering some shit. All right, whatever. So nobody going to know what you're talking about with your thumbnail. All right, Matsu, make me thumbnails, bro. Please. Please, bro. Yeah, just like, I don't know, do something random. It might be worse. It's literally just a PFP of a fucking NFT. It might be worse than that. Alright. Let's talk about fibs. It's very simple. You have swing high, swing low. Alright? I'm going to pull up this chart. And that guy that joined stage, he's talking about the market cycles and stuff. I'm going to break into this chart and explain it fully after I do these fibs. Alright, so we're on the weekly. So, if I want to figure out how high price is going to go, if I want to figure that out, I have to look at the last all-time high, and I have to look at the last bottom. Alright? So, this Fibonacci retracement tool, if I want to figure out how high we go, I'm going to take it from the last all-time high, right? And I'm going to take it to the swing low here, the bottom of the last, the last bottom. And I'm going to drag it all the way out to here, because this is where I have felt like, based on previous cycles, the top will hit in October. And so now that we have that, and I've shown you how to draw the tool, this is just for upward retracement. I am going to show you right now just so you understand how to do it for a downward retracement. So if you're trying to figure out where the bottom is, this is not done retracing up. Simply put, it's just not done going up. So I'm not going to draw it on there. But if I wanted to see like what this bottom was, I take it from last low, swing low, and I draw it to the last all-time high. And that gives me 0.5, 50 fib on that, right? Does that make sense, everybody? Cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw this fib again. We're going to get our information. Cool. And then the best way to understand this is how I was doing it earlier. We're at the bottom. Everybody's like, it's going to fucking zero. There's no reason to bid this shit. Like, I'm out of crypto. I fucking quit. Everyone quits here. There's like nothing left to do anything for. And then we enter the bull market. Right? We come up into contact with the 236 fib, which we had drawn from previous cycle to bottom. And we only knew that this was the bottom because we exited. We cleared this level on the chart. We exited the bear market. We exited the bear market here. And we began the bull market. Right? So, come into contact with 236. We have some chop. Boom. Expansion. Right to the 382. Chop. Expansion to the golden pocket. The golden pocket's in between the 786, which is one of the most influential and best fibs that you can ever hope for when it comes to buying bottoms. This is great for a downward retracement. You like buying 786s. 618 is usually a rejection fib. It did not reject here. It actually went to the golden pocket, which I have marked right here. And we had issues at the golden pocket, right? Expansion into the 1 fib. People take profit at the 1 fib. You want to know why? It's the last all-time high. People are like, okay, so it's the last all-time high. I'm just going to take profit here. You can't lose, right? People that bought down here take profit at the 1. Still dumb, though, because Bitcoin historically has shown us that it can and will go to the 1618. I'll get into that later. So we chop here at the 1 for a long time, and that is where we consolidate in that megaphone pattern that I was talking about. Let me pull that up. See? This is what I was talking about. And that's at the 1 fib. That's at the all-time high, right? That's at the 1 fib. I love how people just join and they're like, is Solana going to 1,000 or what, bro? I'm getting to Solana very soon. I promise. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys only care about Sol. But to understand what's going to happen to Sol, you got to understand what's happening with Bitcoin. Simply put, megaphone, expansion into consolidation at all-time highs, into expansion, into consolidation at all-time highs. What happens next? We just saw the fucking playbook. We just saw the playbook. They just showed us the playbook. Are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market? Does this line suggest that we're in a bull market or we're in a bear market? Bro said bear. Yes, we're in a bull market. Alright? We're in a bull market. All we are doing is consolidating on Bitcoin. Let's go look at Sol. $195 while I've been talking. While we're sitting here talking about it, we're at $195. Yeah, slide me that McDonald's application in DMs, please. Thank you, sir. Alright, so we're failing the downtrend. We don't care about this anymore. This doesn't even matter anymore. We're going to... Oh, man, this is bad. It's bad, but it could be amazing for us, right? Do you have stables on the side? Were you prepared for something like this? Did you sell here? Right? If you did not have stables ready for this move, if you did not sell here, it is not worth it to sell right now. And I'll tell you why. In a bull market, everything can change in a day. Everything can change in a day. You could go to sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, markets open on Monday, and Solana's at 250. I'm not kidding. That is just, like, when you have manipulation moves like this is clearly, they're forcing us to deal with a range. And the range is a little bit different on Sol than Bitcoin, but we're still in a range on Sol. Still in a range. And you can see it right here. We were in a range here, broke through it. This is bottom of the range now because of support. I see this very simply. Don't put what you want to happen. Put what seems likely to happen on the chart. I had this marked. I had this area marked when we were at 300. While everybody was looking, while everyone was looking up here, like, oh my god, it's right, it's within our reach, we're just gonna go to $700, it's gonna happen. I was looking at this fucking wick. I was like, this isn't good. That wick's not good. But what do we have up top? That looks good to me. I like that. I like that. Gives us incentive to break through it. Let's take a moment and look at liquidations right now. Alright? You may not be familiar with this chart, and I'll explain it. Holy fuck, market's getting fucked. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes markets get fucked. It's part of the game. We have literally, systematically cleared out every fucking level of anyone that is longing. Anyone, like, everyone that's been longing has just gotten taken out, bro. All longs have gotten cooked. Wow. All right, hold on. I gotta set this shit up again. Are you kidding me? Oh man, no. I'm just gonna look on my phone. I'm just gonna stop. Get away. Go away. I'm just gonna look on my phone. Hold on. I gotta pull up. Um. So I use the Binance website to see the long short ratios, and that's what I want to look at right now. I want to look at Binance long short ratio. Let's look at that. So, okay, there's this thing that happens when markets dump like this. We essentially we dump, and everyone and their mother, because we think we're smart. We think like, okay, I see red, so I'm gonna long. I'm gonna catch the bottom. But when everyone thinks that way, bro, when literally everyone starts longing here, they just push it down further. And the issue is we don't have this we don't have the crystal ball. This is not liquidations that we're looking at from right now. This is liquidations that we're looking at from over the past week. Right? So we're not privy to the new positions that are opening right now, which could be a lot. So I'm going to check the Binance long short data, and I want them to show me, this is what I want to see. I want to see more people starting to short now because they think it's over, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see people starting to short, starting to feel like things are not really looking good anymore, and losing faith in the market. So give me just a second.
So basically, it's over and we're going to zero.
Okay, so yeah,
Basically.
let me put this into perspective for you guys. We're going down, right? Currently, we're going down, and 70% of accounts are longing. Why would the market makers pay 70% of everyone? Answer that question for me. Why would they pay everyone that's longing right now when we're already going down?
So you're telling me it's time to short?
I am not telling you to do anything.
But that's what you just told me.
I'm not taking a trade.
No, I'm kidding. So is this the same though? If it goes through the range low, it's cooked?
If it goes below range low, I expect like a wick. But it's like I just spent a lot of time going over this and
This
explaining
one is
it.
Bitcoin. Wait, can you go back to Sol, or were you not on Sol?
Sure. I wasn't on Sol because Sol's gonna react harder. We're gonna go to range low and Sol much easier than Bitcoin. When Bitcoin comes down to here, if it comes down to here, because it could fucking hold, right? Anything can happen. But if it comes down to here and hits that 92k, 91k area, what that looks like for Sol is filling this wick.
Yeah.
Filling this wick. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is what I started this whole conversation, this whole stream with. Let's keep it simple. Let's short the top of the range and let's long the bottom of the range.
Yeah, that sounds pretty smart to me.
Does that feel simple?
That does.
Yeah.
But what happens? So if it blows through the range high, that's good. If it blows through the range low, that's really bad. Right?
So to blow through this range low, like this is, you have to use previous data. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened here? Bounce, 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 bounce. Why would we not bounce again?
No, yeah. I'm saying if it goes through it, like below it.
Well, it did here. So
I see.
the way that you're thinking about this, it is true. Like it did here, and guess what? Everyone that set their stop losses and liquidations below the range low got fucking cooked.
Yeah, I see.
The goal is to catch these deviations, these outliers. That's a generational long. You ride that to the top of the range. Easy.
Okay, say I were to long when it hits range low and it hits range high, what percentage am I making? Do you know? Like,
depends on
off
what
the top of
leverage
your
you're
head?
using. So like, okay, I'll do like literally from range low to range high is like 17%. So
Mhm.
if you are on 10x, that's 170%.
I see.
That's a calm almost 3x with size. 10x is pretty fucking safe because you have to be really wrong to get liquidated on that. Really, really, really wrong. Um, 70k Bitcoin is inevitable if low range doesn't hold. Like I said, traders who trade this range, like me, we do not talk about this. There's no point in talking about this. There's no point in having any of this in the discussion unless we break this. End of story. If we go below, if we go below 85k, we can start talking about 70k. Sure. But we gotta go below like all of this before we start talking about that. Do you think it's reasonable to full port 91k? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I have half of my port that is going in at 176 on Sol. That's what I'm waiting for. You can do whatever you want. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to buy with half of my port at 176. And this is going to sound fucking insane, but I also want to buy Ethereum at like 2700. And the reason why is because it's just been so fucking, like, it's done nothing. And last cycle, Ethereum ran really, really hard. So it could happen, it could not. I don't know. But that's like what I want to buy. Now, obviously if we start seeing bottom, like this is bottom signal. You see that? Let's zoom in on that and let's look at it so we can kind of understand what we're looking for. You see it reject the mid range, come down to low range, and just bounce around, liquidate everybody, bounce, and then bounce up. That's the type of bottom that we want to see, because what happens here is it makes everybody think that we bottomed here, right? But then when they pull this, they just liquidated longs. So why would you send it lower if you just liquidated all the longs? You send it up. Max Payne. Bro just got liquidated and now he missed the move that he was right about.
Damn, so you're telling me all these rich people are just scamming all these bums who put trades on Bitcoin and shit?
I'm telling you, that is what's happening and has been happening for the past 4 years.
Damn, that's pretty fucked. Same with stock market too?
Any
Damn.
exchange that you trade on, their job as an exchange is to liquidate you.
Damn, that's nuts.
That
So
is their job.
basically what you're telling me is I want to do the opposite of what the majority of people are doing.
Yes, dude. Yes. And
I
that's why we
see.
trade with. Listen, bro. Look at this. Let's explain this move even further because we saw the bottom, but we held here. So what people are using as past data is they're like, okay, this area held for some reason. It held. So I'm gonna put my stops and losses right and
Yeah,
liquidations right here
I see.
because it held. And market makers are like, bro, you're
Fuck
retarded.
these guys.
Yeah, like the market makers are literally like, we held that so you would take the trade like that, retard. Thanks for your money.
Ooh, I
Because
see.
their job is to sweep lows, sweep highs, sweep lows. This, whenever you see something bottoming like this, you need to start expecting a sweep.
Dude,
And that's what
that's
this
crazy.
was. That was a sweep. They fucking sweeped us. This was a sweep too. Because
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
it's so high up there that every single time we came into contact with the range high, we just rejected. So they swept up there, cleared all the shorts, and now what did they do? After they literally cleared all of the shorts at the top, they send it down.
They're going to clear all the
It's
longs again.
as long as you
Dude.
can zoom out and just look at it like this, that's the game that we're playing. They liquidate and then send it in the direction that they liquidate. And they just do it over and over and over and over and over and over until they can't control it and we have expansion. Until they cannot control it anymore and we have expansion. Like this.
God.
They can manipulate only so far. And eventually they have to give up because the market wants to move up. You know? Eventually the market is going to want to move up and they won't be able to control this anymore. But we will get into a new range. Like, that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys is like, it's expansion, range, expansion, range, expansion, boom, range, expansion, boom, range, expansion, range, expansion, small little range, liquidate some fools, send it up.
So how do you have a good chance of catching the expansion?
The best way to catch expansion, so like I had this one drawn for about 4 months and I had it drawn since here.
Mm-hmm.
So I started trading this range on it, and your proof is when you break out of this.
I see.
And it even backtested for you to get entry.
Mm-hmm.
That's just proof. It's easy. Simple line. Done.
Damn.
This,
How often do you do lives?
I do it every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, a break into a retest. This was perfect entry. Back then, I wasn't even in potion, but I did long this. I caught the whole fucking move. Easy work. Now, the breakout for here is obviously we get above 111k and we start holding.
Mm.
And it starts doing this. Because this breakout will be different than this breakout, right? People just join and say, how fucked are we? Listen, bro, we're in a bull market. I don't know how else to explain that to you guys. Like, I know that you see red right now. I know that you're like, bro, my port is down fucking $10,000 right now. What's happening? We're in a bull market still. And we just gotta fucking sit through this.
How do you fully know that you're out of the bull?
So all right, let's talk. We're gonna talk about previous cycles on the Bitcoin chart. And the reason why I keep going to the Bitcoin chart, I know you guys don't give a fuck about Bitcoin, but you need to start giving a fuck about Bitcoin. All right? Because the whole market moves because of Bitcoin. If you don't know that yet, then you're new. Whatever. But he said, bro, we understand. I know. But every time I pull up Bitcoin, y'all are like, dude, Soul, what? Like, can you just talk about Soul? Alright. Market cycle. Just erasing all this shit. Okay. This puts it into easy perspective. And this is what I want to explain to you guys and why we are so bullish. And why this cycle could be different than previous cycles. I'm not saying it, I mean, technically it is, but it could be different. Alright, so look, we had our first high. First all-time high on Bitcoin in 2013. And then we started a new bull market, which was the 2016 bull market, 2017. We did not make a new all-time high before halving. Alright, let's move to the next one. All-time high here in 2018, 2017. We started the new bull market because that was bottom. And we did not break the all-time high before halving. Sag. Move to the next one. This is the one we're in right now. All-time high. Start the bull market. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Did we break all-time high before halving for the first time ever in this bull market? That's crazy. That would be really, really bullish. That would mean some crazy shit, right? Everybody says because ETF, but I don't even care. It's just like the chart did it. We've never done it before. So what does that tell you? It's bullish. If we have and look, like, man, it never did it before. So Bitcoin's getting to this point where it's probably going to encounter either escape velocity or we're just going to stay stuck in this like area, you know? Like escape velocity would be breaking up to here. And then next cycle we go to like a million and a half. Something like that. Because you gotta think about that, like just because the cycle's ending doesn't like ending meaning like this year, doesn't mean that Bitcoin's over. Like everybody sells their bags, leaves for a little bit, and then you want to be here to buy this bottom, right? So you should definitely take the time to like get educated and understand when bottoms happen, right? Because you definitely want to get in here. Yeah, I just like for me, this is a very bullish cycle, and like look at the red candle that everybody's like freaking out about today. Look at it. You see it?
In the big picture, it's really nothing.
It's fucking nothing, bro. So that's what I mean is like it's easier to zoom out to look at all this. I mean, Soul could literally come back into this fucking area and still be bullish, which is crazy to think about. I hate saying it. Alright, so I feel like I've explained a good bit of what's going on here. I want to open up the floor. Do you guys have any specific coins you want me to look at? And if you say
Nigga butt.
yeah, I fucking knew it. If you say a meme coin, I can't do TA on brand new meme coins because you need time to be able to do meme coins. To do TA on meme coins, you need like more time.
Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, buddy, you're the quant, okay?
All right.
Am I stabling here and rebuying at 160?
No. I'm not. Okay, not financial advice, but even if we go lower here, the end result of the run that we're in is that Sol goes higher. So, like I said, you could wake up tomorrow on Monday and the market makers decide to say fuck you to all of this red and send it back to 240. That could happen because we are in a bull market. And
Right.
so whenever you're seeing red, this like red, you gotta remember that you're in a bull market, right? Until we are in a bear market, like the way that this works is you buy red, obviously, and you sell extended greens. This wick right here is an example of overextension. It got past our range high and was way up there. A lot of people getting bullish here. When max euphoria starts setting in, that's when you maybe take like 30%, 40%. But I do not suggest, if you didn't sell up here, I do not suggest selling down here. Because just look at it logically. What is it doing?
I mean, yeah, you end up getting fucked, really. Like, you're selling peak or bottom and you're rebuying high.
Yeah, don't like that's what I'm saying. There's no point in selling down here. You're
I
closer
mean,
you're closer to the range low than you are the range high. You want to sell
yeah.
near range highs.
I mean, I held through that 177. So, I can probably hold through this.
Yeah, you got this, bro. You got this. It's
But when do we get to the point where it's like, okay, wait, this is actually getting serious now. I might have to stable up because it might just, you know. What do you think?
in a weird way, I kind of like treat it like a meme coin that like is a runner, right? So you know how sometimes like a meme coin would do this thing where it'll like just kind of go down like this and then it's like boom.
And then somehow just, yeah, picked up, yep.
So that is like not what's going to happen here, but it's going to be similar to where it's going to come down. It'll probably come down here, scare the living shit out of everyone. A lot of people just sell. But the importance of this area is We have an O block here too. On the weekly, a weekly fucking O block. So we have a wick and an O block. If it doesn't fucking bounce from here, if it comes into contact with range low, O block, wick fill, let's see what else we have here. We have the 50 MA on the fucking weekly. If it does not bounce from here, I'm gay.
Wait, where? Can you ping that one more time? Can you hover it? If it doesn't bounce from where? Okay.
Like, there's so much confluence in this area. I'll even draw a fucking fib. If there's a fib level there that's strong, it's definitely gonna bounce there. Let's look at previous. Let's look at previous too. Let me take some of this shit off. Guys, MAs are strong. The 50 MA is strong. The 200 MA is strong. It's always good to use those. Okay. What the fuck? Bounce. Bounce. Holding it. Bounce. It's just like, this is basically a moving support, right? And we also have range low support, which is like, look at that. It was previous resistance. It literally was like the bouncer at the club. It was like, nope, you can't get in. Nope, nope. And then finally enough fucking dudes showed up because they kept calling everybody and they're like, we're getting the fuck in, bro.
I like your analogy.
So now that they broke past this level, it's flipped. Now the bouncers are calling their homies. They're like, dude, help. So it should bounce from here. Let's pull a fib from here, because this is the last swing low in this like area. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. It is getting a little curvy, but I think it should bounce from here. We have literally the 50 fib at 180. We have a wick. We have an O block. We have the range low. It should just fucking bounce from there if it comes into contact. But if it bounces high, how high? We're in a bull market. So I'm targeting new all-time highs. Can I do TA on the coin? Bro. Look at this. Hold on. You want me to do TA on this?
That shit's dead.
What is there to do TA on? I mean, like, if it does bounce...
When it goes to 0.
Yeah, like, if it does bounce out of it, congrats, bro. Like, you got a good entry. But this is, like... I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't do TA on that.
Yeah, it's so peaceful.
But basically what this says to me is, like, we have a wick that's so... It's a weekly fucking wick. Oh, my God. We have a wick that's so big that... And we're so close. Like, Soul just looks heavy right now. It looks like it wants to, boom, just take all of this. Liquidate the last bit of people that are... Because you gotta understand, everyone's opening longs. Here, let's go down a 4 hour. I'm just trying to help you guys understand the psychology of this. So, everyone had stops and liquidations here. What'd they do? Took them. Everyone had stops and liquidations here because we held for a little bit. Took them. So, while we're going down, while we go down, people are longing. And 70% of accounts on Binance right now are long right here. Alright, so a lot of people asked about different coins, so I'm going to start looking at different coins.
Does it make sense to ride, like, say you, since everyone is longing, or not everyone, but 70%, does it make sense to short until it hits the range low?
So
or no?
I have like a general rule of thumb where I like to keep it simple. So like I short here and I long here. And that's
Okay.
like, I can't offer you any other advice than that because I know that it's safer to short here and it's safer to long here.
Yeah, that's just the safest option basically.
Right. So I
And
don't.
what do you use? What do you use to place your options? What
I use mexc
platform?
to long and short. Kayden, get up here, bro. Okay, so first there was like I need to go through this list of what you guys asked so I can find the first. Okay, the first one was literally AVAX, so we'll look at AVAX. I know that Kayden's been trading AVAX a lot. Holy fuck. This is like crazy. Alright, that's a lower high on the daily. Scary. But, simple line. We'll draw another. So, ideally, I mean, this should try and like do some kind of bounce here. But again, like if Bitcoin's gonna go lower, this will probably just go lower too. I don't know. Right now it's holding that area. I mean, it'll bounce back when everything else bounces back. Next one was XRP. XRP is like the strongest asset right now, I swear. Oh my god. Look at the wicket filled. Telling y'all. This must be a wick for the weekly that I drew. Partially filled it. I don't know if we're actually going that low. I'm just going to delete that. It's a pretty good correction based on what XRP's done. I mean, I know everyone that does ICT is like saying these are fair value gaps, but this is also expansion. Expansion into consolidation means usually one thing. When you pump up to all-time highs and you don't drop back down immediately and you consolidate up here, it's just going to go higher. And what are my fibs on this? Yeah. I think at least we target up into here on XRP. It's a hold, bro. Like you don't worry about all the extra shit. Like this doesn't scare you if you were buying here or even here. This doesn't scare you. Now if you bought down here, I still think that it's okay. Talking about spot. It's just so far away from all the MAs. It's gonna keep consolidating here until these catch up. It'll keep consolidating until Bitcoin decides to break out, and then let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay, like I thought was gonna happen, we're retesting right now. This might be the last retest before alt season begins. Because there's two options here. And this is actually, yeah, it either breaks over and starts holding and going higher, which means we get no alt season, which means that would be the first time it ever happened in a bull cycle. Or we reject here, and then all of our altcoins like Sol, XRP, Sui, all that start just giga ripping like 40% in a day type shit. We just need it to reject here though. And it hasn't made a new high, so this is in the way. We broke down below it. Retest, reject here, begin alt season around here. Got to fail that 50 in the eventually. I think the next coin was Sui. Wick filled. Hilariously, like usual. And it failed its uptrend. So, Sui is looking worse than XRP at this point. I mean, it's like now that we failed this, it opens up the gate for possibly more. I'm going to turn on the 821 real quick. Okay, so it better hold here. I hope it holds here. Because if it doesn't hold here, then it opens up the possibility of coming into contact with the 50. It does. So it needs to hold here. Also, another thing, let's point out, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The way that it works is it's only open Monday to Friday. But as we all know, that Bitcoin is open essentially 24/7. When this closed on Friday, the price was at 102. All right. So if we stay where we are right now, price will open at 97K, and there will be a gap, and the gap will look like this. All right, and then price will be down here. Gaps fill 95% of the time. And yes, I know that there's a gap here, but this essentially is a breakaway gap because expansion. It's going to be hard to come back down to this. This might be like for the bear market, basically. But this gap, we have a gap up, which gives us a reason to go up. So that's good. The fact that we're making this move on the weekend means that we are going to open up with a gap up on the CME. And CME is what all the banks trade, all of like BlackRock, all of them. That's what they trade, long and short on futures, because their businesses can actually trade this CME. You're trying to get out of your so long with minimum damage. What is your leverage and what's your entry? Looks like Solana's recovering a little bit. I still feel like with 70% of accounts on Binance longing right now, it's probably just going to be like a hope pump and drop it back down to here. That's just kind of what I'm looking at. 786. Let's draw a fib. Golden pocket. Golden pockets usually reverse, and it is kind of far away from the 50 and 200. It could reverse out of this. Binance, type into Google. Make sure you have your VPN on and type in Binance long short. This isn't like a confirmed bottom though, Josh. This is not like a confirmed bottom. It still has trash to get through. It's gotta get past this, and then it's gotta get past that. And literally, it's confirmed bottom once we surpass this. So we've got a long way to go before it's even confirmed. It's just a risky long, to be completely honest. Like it's a risky long. It just depends on your risk tolerance. But yeah, I mean, could be generational entry, right? It was at like 195 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So that is like definitely a bounce, V bounce. But I just like, I gotta be careful with my money because I want to make money and not risk a lot anymore. So I just gotta be careful. And I can be completely happy taking a 20x long once we clear this, because that would be like confirmation. But with downside still possible, I just can't. That's just me. I'm not financial advice. I'm sure many people are profitable in their longs taking them from here, right? yeah, I mean 196 is always just going to be a good spot buy if it's like we're in a bull market, right? So it's better than buying at 260. Yeah, Kayden, that's a wild short, bro. W short. TA on Sui is just like it. Yeah, I explained that. O said if we open longs now at 200, we are fucked since we can't have that position open with DCA down to 170 unless we have infinite accounts. Should we just take the L now and wait for sub? I mean, are you going to get liquidated at 170? That's what you got to ask yourself, right? Like, I'm trading, like, imagine your net worth is in a long right now. Or like, is your liquidation safe at 170? That's what I'd be asking myself. Because it's clearly an area. Clearly. And like I said on Bitcoin, we swept the highs. Sol definitely swept the highs. They sent it down. Sweeping the lows, what is, like, let's compare this to where we're at right now. What does sweeping the lows look like? This is a pretty good sweep. Can it go lower? Can it sweep more? Possible. But, I mean, when we're looking at this heat map, I mean, systematically, like I said, they have just taken it, taken it, taken it. I'm going to check the long and short index just real quick again. Put it on the 5-minute just so I can see. Yeah, they just cleared out some shorts, actually. Within the past 5 minutes, they just cleared out, wow, about 300,000 Bitcoin worth of shorts with that small bounce.
Fuck.
With that small bounce that we just saw. And longs have gone up. Longs have gone up by 2%. So,
Holy shit.
yeah, I mean, like, just based on what I'm seeing, honestly, I don't have a crystal ball, right? But just based on what I'm seeing and what I've seen in the past, like, it's a copium bounce. They just liquidated a bunch of shorts. This small bounce is what I'm literally talking about. This small bounce liquidated 300,000 Bitcoin in shorts. Not $300,000, 300,000 Bitcoin in shorts. That small ass bounce. That's crazy. But as you can clearly see, there is no confirmation of a breakout. We have to get back above the mid-range and clear this. It's got to get back above the mid-range, which it very well could do before the end of the day. We've got less than 5 hours now, about 4 hours to get over this, close the daily up here, and we're in good shape. And it's holding the downtrend line very well. But yeah, I mean, like, what I'm looking for is, like I just said, on the daily, clear back up over to the mid-range, hold it, should be good entry for longs. If we don't, then, you know, we just expect more down. I think that's keeping it simple. Because I play this range by range. We came into contact with the middle range, failed it. But the day's not over, so we can hop back up and be fine. This could just be like a liquidation event. If we don't hop back up, that means that we're below the mid-range. So what do we target next? Range low. That's the only way I can look at it. I don't have any other way to look at it. And that's just me, like, trying to give, like, the easiest, most solid advice. Came into contact with the downtrend and a 618. So, like, I guess if Kayden or Josh wants to come up and start talking, I can start looking at other coins, or y'all can ask me some questions.
Is there any benefit to using certain exchanges? Or it's really just preference?
It's preference at this point.
I see.
I do have so I'm a partner with mexc, so whenever I show my ref link, if you use it, you get the lowest fees in the market because I'm a partner with them. But other than that, I mean, we're talking about 0.01% of a difference in fees.
Oh, okay. And where's the... Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, what region do you have to be based in for mexc, or you just use VPN?
I just use a VPN, and also this is something that you guys should look into if you plan on being in crypto literally for the rest of your life. Palo ID, digital citizenship. I think I misspelled that. Yeah, these guys. So I have a citizenship, digital citizenship in Palo. It is an island. Like, I swear I don't know how to spell this fucking place.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, is that Josh? Show me.
No.
Yeah. This, like, fucking small set of islands is Palo, and you can get a digital citizenship there. And I have KYC to literally every exchange with it. It's $250 a year. And yeah, so it's literally like you can KYC anywhere with it. You hold it. I can buy land in Palo. That's how OP this shit is. I can literally buy, because I'm a citizen there. Vitalik did it, so it's legit. So if you're worried about KYC to exchanges, because all places are going to have essentially KYC eventually, like Blowfin, they're gonna KYC. Everyone will KYC eventually. Yeah, I'll open it back up. It's a digital ID, but it's a physical ID too. Here. I say they eventually will because everyone does. mexc had no KYC and then they KYC'd. Yeah, I used my real name, bro. I'm holding my ID card with Palo in my hand right now. Look at these motherfuckers doing 200x. That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
Damn, so if you're like hella confident in it going up or down, you just put like as many X, like crazy amount?
well, I think he has a strat on how he does it. He like does it in a specific way.
God. So you made 450% off of fucking $404 bounce?
Well, I guess he's just saying confidence with the mathematics, like being able to trust the Fibonacci retracements, Josh. You know, because like some people don't actually understand how well the Fibonacci's work. 786 is the king. It went to the fucking golden pocket.
Does the math just have to do with like them clearing out the other people? Or does it have to do with other shit? Like how are they calculating this? I don't understand. Based off of flour. Nice.
Yeah, so Fibonacci's and everything. Think about it like this. Your DNA has a Fibonacci sequence in it. These charts move off of humans buying the coins.
Yeah.
Fibonacci is in you, and it's in these charts. That is like the easiest way to explain how well these work.
So it's oh, okay, psychological. Okay, that makes sense.
It's literally a part of us.
It's just like, oh shit, huge dip, let me buy, basically, but way more in depth.
The only in depth in it is that it's just a level that is put out there based on the Fibonacci sequence. The indicator is a Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci retracement. Right here at the top, if you're on TradingView, and if you're not using TradingView and you're trying to do perps, you need to get TradingView. You cannot do perps without this. Deadass, you cannot do perps without TradingView. Don't try to do it. You need this.
You gotta pay monthly for it, or
It's
no?
free.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean the Josh and Kayden, they're 100% more profitable than me. So when they say that they are both in longs right now, I take that very seriously because, like they are more profitable than me. But and this is literally how you should trade. And it's just like the meme coins you don't want to copy trade, right? You have to come to your own decision. Right? Like so you have to yes, you can copy what Kayden and Josh are doing, but you at the end of the day, this is the best way that I like to explain it. When the liquidation number comes knocking on the door, we're not a team anymore. It's just you. And only you are going to get liquidated alone by yourself. We're not going to be there with you when you lose all your money. So don't try and do these 200Xs like Josh is doing if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do know what you're saying.
Because, yeah, when that liquidation number comes knocking, it is only you, bro. There's no copy trading that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm being safe. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're not being safe. Everyone has their own opinion. And you have to genuinely trust yourself. You really do. And see, the only difference between Sol and Bitcoin right now is that Sol overcorrected a little bit more than Bitcoin. Yeah. But it makes sense because the dominance is ridiculous. Honestly, based on this information, it makes sense why they longed alts right now. Because longing alts when Bitcoin's coming into a resistance on the dominance, it just makes sense because this is going to reject, right? This is going to reject, and all that means is that alts gain strength. And if alts are gaining strength when they're red, that is good. That is very good. Last time Bitcoin nuked at 97 the other day, Sol only went to 222. That's huge. Pull this up so I can see your entry. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so he basically entered like right here. Right on. Oh, you entered right on the 786. Yeah, I mean.
Is the 786 one of the fibs?
Yes. See here.
Okay.
But mine's different because I'm on log, and the only reason I use log is because I know that big institutions use log mode. Like the big guys, market makers, banks, all that.
Damn. So do you guys just trade the fibs on everything? Is what you're saying?
You need to be
Like
pulling
Josh
fibs.
and Kayden?
Yeah, you gotta be pulling fibs. Like pretty much always, you pull a fib.
I see.
but you know, this broke right through that. It's just one of those things where like I don't have confirmation, so I'm not entering because I'm trying to be safe. That's it. These guys that entered just now could literally ride this before confirmation all the way fucking up, bro. This, I mean, it could literally just continue and just completely rebound. Well, they're not going to get liquidated because Josh and Kayden, they don't set their, they don't, they have
They
stop
don't
losses.
set stop losses?
They don't set their, they set stop losses so they don't get liquidated. If you're entering a trade, you always have a stop loss, right?
Yeah, okay.
There's no way that you're just trading this and letting it liquidate you because
Yeah.
you can't.
Fucked.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, if you were to bet on the 200x, like what would you get liquidated at?
Well, he's on cross, so basically what he did was say he has like $10,000 in an account, and he put $1,000 into or like $100 or whatever into a 200x cross long.
Yeah.
All of the money that he didn't put into the trade can literally go into that trade and stop him from being liquidated. So his liquidation on 200x, I don't know, Josh, what was the original liquidation? Do you know? Or he's probably at zero. He's probably at zero because he has enough money to stop it. Yeah, he's at zero. He has enough money to stop it on cross from ever getting liquidated. It's like he bought it on spot but with a small amount of money on 200x. I know that sounds confusing, but that's basically what he did.
So is it his plan from what you just said, this is what I took, right? So he has like X amount in his wallet. He bets a little bit on the long, right? Say it continues to go down. He starts to bet more on it
No,
to cancel out his loss, or what are you saying?
no. So like, basically, when you take a 200x long, say you put $100 in, they give you 200x. That means that you're now long with, what is that, like $20,000 collateral?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, yeah, I'm right about that. Okay, and then so essentially, he would need $200,000 to put it at a zero liquidation in the rest of his account, not what's in the trade, because
Oh,
it covers the collateral.
okay.
That's cross. But if you're in isolated and you open a 200x on isolated, I mean your liquidation. Say you open a 200x on isolated on Sol. I mean your liquidation is going to be like less than $1 of a move. You'll probably get liquidated at like from here 203.2, which is no room. That's like that's why I'm saying do not open a 200x if you
Oh,
don't know what you're
holy
doing.
shit. Oh, okay, now I understand. So you're saying if it were to go down $1, he's completely fucked.
If he is on isolated,
Okay.
because there's isolated and then there's cross. Isolated,
Okay.
when you put the money in, it's separate from your account. You have to add more
Okay.
money manually to lower that liquidation. On cross,
Okay.
it pulls from your main accounts to protect that position with the collateral
Okay.
automatically.
Okay. So if he was on cross, how far could he dip before it's liquidated?
Well, I'm pretty sure he's got enough collateral to cover the whole position, so it's zero. So it's like he's bought this on spot.
Oh. Oh. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's a pretty dank ass way to do things. But you know, it's just I don't do it because I'd rather what I'm doing right now is I would like to buy on spot and then take that soul and long with the soul on like 5x 10x. So I'm gaining all of the move with the soul that I'm holding and then also I'm long with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so hesitant, but across the board, it does look like things are starting to catch a relief bounce. I just don't know how much I trust it. And, you know, when you're on stage in front of 100 people, you can't just like, I don't want to just make a call. Yeah, markets aren't even open. Most traders don't even trade on the weekends. Open interest has risen, and more longs have been opened since the past 10 minutes that I checked. So with open interest rising and more longs being open, it just means that they have, like, yeah, it's sketchy. Let's look at the Sol. See what Sol's looking like on the heat map. I don't trade options, I trade futures. Oh my god, they like have every reason to just bring Sol back up. Every reason. It's like everything has been liquidated on the long side. But the issue is we don't see real-time data. This is old data. This is old data. We are not seeing the real-time data. Because what's happening is a lot of longs are being open here. So we're not seeing all of those liquidations right now. We can't see them. The main issue is if I'm seeing this, then that means a lot of other people that are doing TA are also seeing this. So they could just stop it short and run it like, and that's what Kayden and Josh are betting on. So it's not like a bad play. It's just getting early entry. But I personally, I want confirmation because it's failed the mid-range. There's only one, like, there's two targets here. Get back over the mid-range and we're fine, or we target range low. That's the only way I can look at it based on my system. Same thing with Bitcoin. Get back over mid-range for the day, which we have 4 hours to do, or we target range low. It's the only way I can look at it. And that's just me. I'm not telling you that's how you have to look at it, but that's just me. Because I gotta be careful. I'm a single dad, you know. ENA. I keep hearing about ENA a lot. Oh yeah, I did do some TA on this. Looks a lot like others. This is good. It's at the 200 MA. The 382. The issue is that it broke through. But we have this line holding, so it does look good. And it's a new coin. New coins in the bull market are good. They usually outperform, like Sui. It looks good. I mean, good spot buy here, honestly.
Is it not scary that it's dipping through your green line there?
So it wicked into it, now it's holding back on it.
Okay. So would you like wait to see if it's gonna go through it or back above it to
Yes.
decide what you're gonna do?
Yes,
Okay.
4 hours. So we're on the daily. So any candle that doesn't close on the daily doesn't count. It does not count until it closes. That's just how it works. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting, Kayden. I don't know if that's Bitcoin or not, but that's okay. I kind of expect the same thing that he just posted. I think we get like a relief bounce. Relief bounce. Basically up into here. And we need to get over the mid-range, essentially. There's a lot of liquidations at 220. I know that. Yeah, it just has to get over this stuff. It's gotta get back over these targets, because that was severe, though. What was that from the all-time high? Holy fuck. 34% from all-time high. That's crazy.
Murky, do you use a VPN for mexc?
I do.
Or are you in, what do you use?
NordVPN.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is fine. Sol's an altcoin, and it's not alt season. Alt season when this finally breaks, and you know the day's not over. Sol is manipulated right now. Yeah, I mean everything's kind of being manipulated right now. It's very clear. If there was no long liquidations and short liquidations, we would look like this. It would look like previous cycles. It would look like this. Or like this.
So why is it happening now?
Or like this. The market's more mature. It's more mature now. And we've, like, see this, look at this. Slow up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is not slow up. That's fucking parabola.
Yeah.
This is not slow up. This is parabola.
So is it basically just like there's so many more people in the market, so many more people trading options slash futures on it that they just want to take advantage of that and take all their money basically?
Yeah, I mean, people have, like, there's just more people in crypto now than there ever has been.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. And we know that's true because there's ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
175 entry and we go into alt season, hit 300, 400. I'm like bullish here. I am. But I really want to time my entry. And I'm okay with being late. I'm okay with being late to this entry. I am. If this is the bounce and it continues up, good. Show me confirmation and then I'm getting in. That's all I want. Do you think we see a fat dump when this happens? Apparently they're unlocking. I don't care about unlocks, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've back tested these unlocks and nothing changes. It just does its own thing. It follows the TA, bro. TA is king. Follow your TA first. First and foremost. And the only time we care about news is when something like, Kayden, what was that short that we entered on? We didn't even talk about it. We both just did it at the same time. It was like, yeah, Trump released that Melania coin. And it was like up here. No, it was right here. Pretty sure. Yeah, and when Trump released that Melania coin, I just immediately was like, this is done. I shorted here. No, not here. I can't remember where it was. Hold on. Kayden, I know you know what I'm talking about. It was here. I shorted here. Before all this. Yeah. I think. I just can't fucking remember. I think it was... When did the Trump coin come out? Go away. Okay, January 18th. I know I took a short somewhere. It must have been like here or something. It was whenever the Melania coin dropped. I was like, bro, this is fucking stupid. I'm getting a free short in. That's the only time you short news like that. It's like when a big figure does something really stupid and it just is a free short. But yeah, I mean, I think what you need to watch for is just we get back over this mid-range. Mid-range on Sol is 218. Mid-range on Bitcoin is 99K. We're really close to getting back over that anyways. Like, so on the daily, if this just wicks down to here and gets back up over here, we're golden. Yeah, no alt season, no alt season. They're saying it in January. Historically, this is right when people are like, yep, it's over for alts.
And then they just bounce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. Right around now is when Bitcoin should be making, or essentially should be consolidating a little bit, which it is, and then alts start to rip. But what does that look like on the dominant? So this was like May, April. Oh my god. It's kind of different now. But I will say, this is when alt season began. Right here. This is when alt season began. March 21. And to me, I mean, we failed the line. We're retesting it, which is going to reject because it's right around time for alt season. March, last cycle. We could be early and start it up in February. But yeah, I don't expect this to keep ripping, because if it does, then we don't get, like, simply put, we just don't get an alt season. But we're going to. It needs to just start failing. Retest, fail, come down. Then alt season starts, and then that's when the last half of the bull market gets absolutely fucking bonkers. That is when easy mode turns on. And when easy mode turns on, I mean you can buy an alt and it's up 40% in a day. And it's going to rotate. So, like, I remember XRP in the last bull market, it ripped first. Look, that's in April 21, right when Bitcoin was crashing on the dominance chart. You have March, and then April, XRP topped. And it literally signaled the alt season, and it stopped, and it just went and did this while everything else ran. Everything else was just running hard. Solana is just crazy. It literally came back from the dead. It's like a zombie coin. This is an alt I've been watching because it's basically the Asian XRP. Coming into the contact with the 200 on the daily. It's good. Yeah, I mean, things are look promising. Things look like they should do well eventually, like after this is done. We're definitely gonna come back up. So it's just like, hold on to your shit. Yeah, I could do like something like that. And so, like, if it comes up over here, we got confirmation. Like, if the it does like this, that could very well happen. But in previous market cycles, right? Like, And it does have a buy signal in the 4-hour, which is pretty good. Sell signal was here. But last time I had a buy signal, it was right here, and it did dump more, but then it sent. And it had a buy signal here, and it went up. That was good. Sell signal here was small moves. I only pair this with like big moves. That was a big move. Printed the sell signal multiple times. So we just see. I'm sitting on my hands for right now. Kayden, do you want to come up and talk? Because I know that you have information that people want to hear. You've been hitting targets correctly over and over and over. And also, I need to like go get more coffee. What benefits does the Palo ID have? It allows you to KYC to any exchange that you want because they're crypto compliant, and you can lease properties on that island. Kind of crazy. All for $250 a year. I've never been. Well, I'm gonna go get more coffee real quick. I'll be right back. If y'all can think of some things that you want to ask me, do it. I'll be right back. Like 2-3 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, did the, nice trades, Mazzo. LDO, I haven't looked into LDO in a while. Interesting. What is stupid coin? Is it stupid? LDO doesn't look necessarily bad either. I think ETH is going to make a comeback eventually. It always has. I think the key takeaway for you guys today, just to keep it simple, is like hold on to your bags if you haven't sold, because we're in a bull market. Everything's going to bounce eventually. It will. We're in a bull market. What filters do I use finding new coins? You should probably ask somebody that's better than trenching at me than me. I'm not that good at trenching. Okay. Is Binance platform good for leverage trading? Yeah, I mean, they've been leverage trading on there for a long time. 786. Yeah, I mean, like, 786 is just a fib level, but it's probably one of the most important fib levels because it's like the bottom of retraces usually. So it's good to know about that. Can we do some TA using Fibonacci and 786? Sure. This got close to the 786 and bounced. Easy. We can just go down the list. Let's start looking. So, last low on XRP technically would be this, but I'm going to use this because this was a downward retracement and then it began a new retracement. So I'm going to use this. Got close to the 618. 618 is like the level before 786. Like this whole area usually bounces out of that. Usually. And it got close and bounced. So this is like the beginning of the retracement up. So we'll draw from here. 786. It got lower than the 786. Went to the 886. Wow. It's on the 786 right now. This is one of my personal favorites, so I'm just going to do TA on it real quick. 618. I don't think anyone's trading this, but I'm going to do it anyways. This is just trash, actually. We'll do it anyways, though. 886. Weak. Doge. Hit the 1. Let's see. We could draw from here. We can draw from here. Yeah, I mean, Doge is still strong, even though it's encountering this type of shit. We'll draw from here. Yeah, right into this little area, bouncing out of it. Yeah, I mean, across the board, this should be bounce area, right? Should be. The question that I always ask is like, yes, it can bounce out of here, but can we, like, what do we do when we get back here? Are we just gonna fail again, or do we get back over it and hold? Yeah. Well, I guess Kayden's gone. Figured he'd want to come on here. Yeah. Doge? I just talked about it. Hold on. I mean, it's like a double bottom. It's a double bottom on the 4 hour. Probably on the daily too, yep. But, like, again, okay, so like, look at this. Let's invert it. Let's just invert it and look at it like this. So, if this was a breakout, say it's like, you know, a breakout, naturally it would come into this or this and then fail. Doge looks weak, bro. Because that's inverted, right? Yeah. It's either fucking Jenny entry or shit's weak. Kayden, I was wondering if you wanted to come and talk and share your screen so people can see like what you're looking at and what your insight is. I know I value your insight. I wanna see what you're up to. I'm gonna stop streaming so you got it, alright?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna let Kayden take over. I'm gonna mute up.
No, you don't have to mute up, bro. Yeah, so can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Looks kind of crazy right now. But yeah, so I am obviously really only paying attention to Bitcoin. Is my mic good or is it weird like it was last time?
It sounds great, bro.
Okay, cool. I'm really only paying attention to Bitcoin in terms of predictions, because like this is the only thing that Bitcoin's the only thing that matters in terms of leading the charge on everything. So I'm just really watching Bitcoin. I had this drawn out for so long, and it's so nice to see it actually happening because I was feeling crazy there for a while. Um, so I think the lowest we go on Bitcoin, um, in my head is 93.3. If we if we start getting down to like this bottom range, I'm gonna get kind of worried, especially if we break 90K. Like I don't know. I'm gonna be pretty nervous there. I don't think we get there. There's no reason to. There's more liquidity now. I feel like above. But yeah. So I'm just watching this. I had this drawn out. I'm still just watching it. We hit this one perfectly. We bounced pretty nicely. Um, I knew last time, like if you guys remember that first crash we had where it was like making a triangle. I was really bearish, but everyone was bullish, and so I entered some longs because they changed my dollars on XRP and 400 something on 345. I'll probably start taking more, and then probably around 450 I'll take it all out if we get to there. If we start dipping really hard, I'll probably just clip it out and re-enter. That's my target for Bitcoin and XRP. Oh, this is the 1 month 94K. Okay, see, yeah, that's exactly that's what I look at on this 93.3
Yep.
is a 718, so that would make sense. Um,
Bro, that would be a perfect wick, actually.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it could. I mean, that would definitely shake a lot of people up. Um, Let me see. So my math was a little bit off. I was expecting like I had this is Sol. Sorry if it's kind of crazy. If you just look at the fibs and the numbers like these. I expected Sol to be at around 220 this time when Bitcoin was where it's at. But for some reason we nuked really hard down to 194. That 194 nuke was in my plans was supposed to be when Bitcoin was hitting this fib. Do you understand? Like when Bitcoin went to this 93.3, which is the 718 from the swing low, I was expecting that Sol would then be at 195. But we're in a weird predicament where Sol hit 195 and Bitcoin only hit the 618. So now I'm kind of like crap. So Sol might do a double bottom as opposed to Bitcoin just doing a bounce off the 718, like how this is an uptrend still, like it would be like um it'd be like that, like Bit Soul, since we were already here, we're already this low. Soul might end up doing like a double, like a double bottom kind of thing, like all the way down right here. So I'm looking at possibly now if Bitcoin is going to go lower, which I'm not saying it is, it's just a possibility. I'm satisfied with what we did. I don't care if we go lower. I'm in longs now. This is basically free. All these prices that you saw when we hit this is free. Like AVAX, look at this crap. It's free. Like this is back in November. If anyone wasn't in crypto in this time, like you're literally getting an entry at that time. So in my head, I think it's free. Um, so I'm just acting accordingly. Wait, what's Sol at? Oh, 203. I was like, it's not at 221. And so Sol, I can't make a lower low in my opinion. It would just be weird. Like this chart would be so weird. I was looking through history and I was like, history of this chart, and I was like, we've never had an impulsive move, and then we've never made a higher high, like an actual like this is clear higher high, and then a lower low.
Yeah.
Like that's just weird. We've never done that. Every time I've back tested all of this stuff, we've never done that. And so like you can make the argument here, but it's not a higher high. It's just still in a consolidation thing.
Yeah.
This is not, yeah, this is a higher high. And so this is off the table. This is off the table. If we do this, then there's some weird either crazy manipulation in the market or it's bear market. So in that case, I would have lost it all anyway, so I don't care. But I'm looking for. Wait, we already did this, right? Yeah, 194. I don't know. I mean, this red line is the long-term trend, like since the beginning of time. So I would expect, and we have a level of support, the blue bar right here. So I would say the lowest is 174. If we, I don't think that's even, I don't think we get there. I hope not, but um, just yeah, I'm just this area. Just be prepared whenever you're doing your math on your longs and your liquidation prices and your whatever you want to call it to make sure you don't get liquidated because you're gonna feel like a retard if you get here. You get liquidated because you were dumb and didn't do the math, and then we go up to hit $300. You're gonna want to kill yourself. So
For real.
just make sure that your liquidation price is under 150. Just make sure it's under 150 for anyone doing anything. Minus 130. Um, so, and then for XRP, I would say make sure it's under $2. I think mine's 50 cents. So just make sure you're really, really, really good because not only does this, okay, so like my thinking is not only does, if your liquidation price is this low down here, not only is that good because you have a lot more room to whatever you need to do in the meantime, it also gives you more time to open shorts on other positions. So what happened to me, go over this quickly. I feel like it was a good lesson for me is everyone saw this and this is why I didn't believe it. I was bearish and everyone was bullish because they were like, hey, it's a triangle. And I've been telling people like these are bullish, but I was like, this is too obvious. Everyone in the earth can see this triangle, which makes me think that it's a fake triangle because they know everyone can see this. It's too picture perfect. Like everything was doing it. And I was like, this is too obvious. I don't believe it. And so it nuked and I started entering along here. And so when Sol started doing this, I was like, freak, because this is immediate confirmation that this is not going to play out like we thought it was when it does this solid candle. So I entered an AVAC short and it covered my losses. I actually made a little bit because I put more into my because I planned a DCA in a little bit on the Sol long. And so immediately when we started doing this, I stopped DCing in because I was like, we're not going to do that whole triangle thing. And so I entered an AVAC short and ended up making more and covering my losses on my Sol long losses. So what my point was that if you plan and have this area as your liquidation price, you have more time to be like, okay, we're actually gonna be going down, not like because sometimes you can go down and then you enter short and then you're negative because we start pushing. But if we start breaking this crazy level, you can be sure that we're gonna start nuking, and so that gives you a lot of time to open like a 75x short on two other coins that you're not in, like SWE or AVAX, and you can end up lowering this liquidation price a ton because you're making a ton of money on the way down. So that's just I don't know, that's just how what I'm thinking. Um, but yeah, so I don't think bull market's over, and everyone thinking that it is makes me so much more confident that it's not. And everyone finally being bearish is telling me that we are about to start making new all-time highs on everything. Where is this? Sorry, I was going through my old messages to like share what I was.
Is this a Mac?
Yes,
Okay, thought so.
yes, sir. My Mac. I do music full time, so like this is my music computer, so I don't have PC.
That's dope.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, how do I? How do I? Where is it at?
Bro, I saw that birth plan. Bro, I did TA on my son's birth chart.
Yeah, my wife is due like today, tomorrow.
Oh, congrats, bro.
Thanks, bro.
You having a boy?
We already have a boy. We're having a girl now.
Having a girl. Oh, you got the best of both worlds, man.
That's what everyone says. I'm nervous.
I had 2 boys, and I love it,
That sounds.
but you got like the older brother to like protect the girl now.
Okay, so for sure, this is making me even more bullish because this is exactly what I'm seeing right here. This is exactly what I'm seeing. Um, I mean, okay, so we're either you guys can see my screen, right? Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know if we're this far back in this rally. I'll have to like see what other people are saying. But this looks like this to me. First, like if I was using my gut and my intuition, we are right here. You see that big wick? We're doing
Totally.
that. Maybe we're in this. Maybe we're in this wick right now, and then we're gonna do one other one that's like, oh yeah, we're for sure done. Like crypto's over, and then so yeah, just keep an eye on this, guys. If this is what everyone's saying, like if everyone is being bearish, then that's literally the best time to get crazy discounts on everything. I don't think we're anywhere near this. This is just mathematically on how money flow works in cycles. This doesn't make any sense to be over here. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's just logically doesn't make sense. So just keep an eye on this. I posted this in Perps. I tried to pin it. I don't know how, but
I think
just
I pinned
always
it.
look. Oh, okay. Yeah, just always look at this stuff. It's like genuinely, this is why things happen and money supply. But yes, I don't even know how to get back. But yeah, guys, that's all I'm saying. I just really wanted to make sure that you guys aren't freaking out. My goal is to like give you guys information so you guys aren't freaking out and making stupid choices. Like when I was telling you guys to short, and now I'm telling you guys to long. So, or to start getting into longs with what I said before. Like, make sure your liquidation prices are well under anything. Like if your brain thinks, oh my gosh, that would be insanely low, like that's never going to happen, make sure it's under that. That's kind of the mindset that I use. Because when I was kind of getting started and I got liquidated over here, when Sol did this, I don't know which one it was. I think it was this one, this retarded thing. I was like, right, if we go back in time, right, we were like, everyone was like, no, bro, like, look, like, we're never going to go down here. Like, this is crazy. We already did all this, and that's never going to happen. And so my brain was like, yeah, like, my liquidation price right here should be fine, right? Like, no way we'd ever go there. And then death. We did. So just when you're doing this, I've learned to just, whatever you think we would never go to, make sure it's like 50% under that or like 30% under that. Just so you have peace of mind so you don't have to check it all the time and you have room to buy more. Because if we do go there and you're like, holy crap, and you buy some, oh my gosh, like it lowers your average so much, and then you'll make so much more when we go up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Murky covered everything that you guys have questions about. Let's see, what's up? Yes, this chart. Yes, it is on Google. Murky, can you? Yeah. I'll let Murky do his thing. But yeah, just hope you guys, anyone who's paying attention, got the information out of that. But
No, it's
I don't think
W.
I don't think this is the top in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's the bottom. But yeah.
100% agree. I like just on a zoom out. If you're zoomed out, this is like basically the shakeout before the expansion phase, the next expansion phase. But I do want to, just because I just got that new high block from today, I do want to explain that a little bit. So where did I post that? Yeah. All right, I'll pull this over. This is okay. So if you don't know High Block Capital, they are the guys that started the heat map shit. Their heat maps are the most accurate, and I think it's like $1,000 a year or $1,200 a year to pay for this. Essentially, this is like being so close. All right, let's just look at it like how market makers would look at this. This level's holding for now. We drop down into here. And obviously, I think this was from a little bit earlier, before we hit 97K and like the high 96K. So this level has already been cleared, and they swept that. They swept this. So if, like Kayden said, if you're entering longs, make sure that your liquidation is not where everyone else's liquidation is, which is 95K right now. But let's take this information, because this is the month, right? And we're so close to this than we are to this. So you got to take that into account. It takes them less money to get to here than to here, all right? So we'll take that to the chart. And we'll mark that level on the high block monthly, which is right there. We'll do like purple and say 1 month lick. Okay, so we know that these are liquidations right here. I follow the wick theory, and not many people do, but I do because I think it works. And simply put, this is the issue that I'm seeing. This is the only issue I'm seeing, and why you need to listen to Kayden when he says make sure that your liquidations are basically in this area, right? Because if we come down to here, the bull market's over anyways. We all lose our money anyways, right? So have your liquidations down here. And on SOL, that looks like 150, 140, 130 type shit. If we're so close to this 1 month liquidation area, and we take it, say we just wick into it and we take it. The issue I'm having right now is that we have such a large wick right here that it might just force it. It might just force it into this and get a little bit more aggressive than what we're all thinking. And that is why I'm scared. I'm scared to, and honestly, that could be an indicator in itself. The fact that I'm scared to enter a long could be an indicator to just long, right? But based on what I'm seeing, with us being right here and liquidations being right here, and then this wick, I mean, wicks fill, bro. They have been filling. We do have a wick up top now, which is good. And like I said, on the CME gap, I mean, we closed at 102. We closed at fucking 102. If we open right now, I mean, price is right here, so we already have a gap right there. I do think that it is possible right now to take that monthly lick. And what could happen is you see a lot of longs open here, and it probably pushes into like 50% of the wick, which is like 92K. Now, if we ignore this monthly liquidation altogether, which is possible, anything's possible, then we're just going to bounce from here and go up. But when I'm trading these ranges, you have to, it's like a narrative. It's like a story, right? So right now in the story, there's a few reasons why we could come lower. And one, we're below the mid-range. Daily closes in almost 3 hours, or 3 hours now. So we got to get back above that. If we don't, it's not necessarily good on the daily, which would probably lead to more to grabbing this, which is another reason. And then if we're already down here, there's like 50% of the daily wick at 92K. So I mean, it could do that, you know? It could just do that. But at the same time, like Kayden's saying, when fear is high, it's good to start counter trading overall market. Like I opened up X and on my phone, and I saw somebody flexing a $1.6 million P&L on a short. That's a counter signal. People are calling tops, flexing P&Ls on shorts. That's a signal. I think that Bitcoin has a lot more in the tank. I think at least we could get to 180. Sounds crazy, but at least 160. Still in a bull market. This shit ain't over. Yeah, I do have 250K on this chart. Let me pull up the weekly. Yeah. If it pulls a 1618, it would be like 180K. If it pulls a 2 fib, I'll show you what that looks like. 2 fib would be at about 300K. And the only reason I'm thinking 2 fib is because we cleared the last all-time high before halving. Yeah, the goal for me, like that's my mentality, Colonel, is I want to long at 92K, and I want to hold that bitch. Well, actually, I wouldn't long Bitcoin. I'd long Sol. So I would long Sol at about 180, and I'd try and hold that bitch. I'd try. But if they give me a swing high like this, if they give me entry here and then they give me a swing high like this, I'm taking P, and I'll catch it when it rebounds here or something and then go again. Because you're not gonna see me trying to ride to Valhalla. I'm taking P. I'm taking my money, and I will go again if it presents another entry. I used to want to do that, but now I just don't want to leave money on the table. I want to take it when it's there. He's going to catch a 200x to 800. He's probably in that 200x right now. Is he in the 200x right now to Valhalla? Yeah, I think that covers about everything that I want to talk about. And Kayden brought up some good points. So now's not the time to be bearish, even if we go down more. It's really not. It's time to start getting in the mindset of how you're going to long this and ride it. So pick your entries. It's just like when you get into, like, when the army gets into a firefight. Pick your targets, bro. Pick your fucking targets. I do have this recorded, so no worries. It's actually recorded. I checked. We're recording. We're good. I know last time it, like, fucked up or something. So, unless you guys have anything you want to ask me, I feel like we have explained the market as a whole and what could be happening here in the next week. And, you know, when I say that, I also want to preface, I want to explain this a little bit so you guys don't just think that I'm being overly bearish. All right? Just because I think that this liquidity pocket is going to get hit doesn't mean I'm bearish. It means that I want to look for longs. If just because we come down into this area does not mean I'm bearish. And the proof in the pudding is we've come down to this area multiple times. We are in a range. We're not in an expansion phase. We're not in an, yes, we have an overall uptrend, but we're ignoring everything except for the range right now. And we've come into contact with this range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it bounced every single time. Why should I think any different? Unless the market wants to fucking die and literally just come all the way down here and die. Why should I think any different of what's happening in this range? There's no reason to. There's no reason to. We're just ranging. Consolidation at the all-time highs. I'm not long on anything. I know Josh is long on Sol. I haven't taken any trades. I'm holding out for spectacular entry down here. That's what I want to do. I'm sticking to my guns. It's my plan. It doesn't need to be your plan. Do I think it will go down there? Yeah. It's possible. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't sit here and say this is going to happen. But I can tell you that we have a monthly liquidation at 95K on Bitcoin. There's a lot of money to be liquidated right here. There's a shit ton of money to be liquidated on shorts here. Look at the difference. Is it easier to push price to here, or is it easier to push price to here? And you use confluence with that. We broke middle range. Below middle range means that we target lower range. Above middle range means that we target range highs. Keep it simple. And yeah, exactly. Nicolex, like there's no reason not to. We're so close. They make more money by sweeping this. End of story. Market makers make money by liquidating us. If they liquidate everybody here, they make money. And that's what I'm talking about with the, like, I know we had that high block, and honestly, if you can ever get your hands on high block charts, the monthly, always use those over any other heat map that you can. I have to scrape them from X because it costs $1,200 a year, and I'm not paying that when I can just scrape them from X. I mean, seems kind of clear cut to me. Sweep it. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. But yeah, I don't really like I don't like entering a position right here because I don't know. I don't like, it's one of those things where if you don't know exactly what it's going to do, trust your systems. Trust your systems. Yeah, CoinGlass is good. This video recording will be posted in the Perp Potion Perps. It'll be posted there. Alright, I think that we're good. I've just like laid it all out there for you guys. Recap, small recap. Don't panic. We are literally in a bull market. Don't panic. If you didn't sell up here, do not sell down here. Even if we go lower. If you didn't sell in the high 200s on sold, do not sell down here. You're gonna fucking be really mad if you do and it bounces. Because the same way that it could come down here, we're in a bull market, it could bounce. It is very much a 50-50 trade if you are going to take a trade right now. That's just based on TA. Yeah, zoom out and relax. Like a good example of that is simply, does this chart right now, does this look like we're in a bull market or a bear market? I appreciate you guys coming out. And dude, we had 150 people checking out TA and Perps. I'm gonna shamelessly plug my mexc referral because I'm a partner there. And if you do want to trade Perps, you can always sign up with that code. You get the lowest fees in the market. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out. Please check in on Crypto Chat. Crypto Chat, just plugged into the chat. That's where we talk about all of this stuff. If you guys start practicing TA, post your charts. We're going to talk about it. We're going to dive into it. We love it. We'll join our own little VCs if you guys want to talk and get active on it. So yeah, if y'all want to get involved, let's do it. Kayden and Josh post plays all the time. Kayden and Josh both have insane hit rates. Like printing. So check us out. When trenches are dead, this is something you can do. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to end it there. Have a lovely day. Happy Sunday.